right, folks, let's get this started. We've got a special event today, and a tournament, which is typically not a special event, but today we've got a tournament that happens to be, actually, let's get out of here, go into the news section, a tournament that happens to be a bracketed tournament. And not just a bracketed tournament, but a bracketed tournament that is going to be using aquatic creatures. It has been a long time since we have had either a aquatic tournament or a bracketed tournament, but I have never seen an actual bracketed aquatic tournament. So this is going to be interesting. There's going to be some trials and tribulations probably with this tournament, but I've done some preliminary calculations based on data that I have from old bracketed tournaments and old aquatic tournaments, and we'll have to see if we can try to navigate this the best that we can. So without further ado, let's get this started, because this is going to take a while, is my guess. Well, maybe not. We'll find out. So let's so this obviously is for the Edestus is the grand prize. Pretty good aquatic creature. It's a surface, which is nice. Got this guy. Already have it unlocked. Have it at level 40, but it will be a nice extra copy of it. Tournaments like this are why I always tell folks on the forums, do not ignore any one section of the game. Meaning, if you only focus on, say, Jurassics, which is totally fine if you want to do that, but if that's what you do, you can't get mad at Ludia when they put a tournament like this out, where it's focusing on a different portion of the game than what they typically focus on. And we haven't had an aquatic tournament in a really long time. I'd say almost a year, maybe more. God, when was the Signosaurus, I think, was the last aquatic tournament, at least that I have tracked. And that was, it was a year ago. It was actually almost exactly a year ago. April 26th to April 29th, basically, of 2019. So a year ago. And it's been, when was the last bracketed tournament? Last bracketed tournament was for the Erops, which was back in October of 2019. So it's been a while since we've had either one of these types of tournaments. And so no real recent data, but we'll try to cobble together some information that will hopefully help us get through this guy. So let's see here. Let's get in here. Let's make this. Let's see what we can make happen here. So aquatics, and I'm gonna try to do my new the new way that I do things here, by 2 throwaways in 1 strong. And by 1 strong, I'm going to be using the Argolon here. I just did a test battle before I started the video to see if my calculations were on, because it's taking me a real long time to get to where is it. I didn't want to bore everybody with that. So this team right here, and so what I did was I looked to see in an aquatic tournament, because it's different ferocity levels for different types of tournaments, but in an aquatic tournament, in Hunter League usually starts off around 851 ferocity. And typically for a bracketed tournament, you need to be somewhere around your Hunter-esque level to start. It means that because it's bracketed and you're, especially if you're in the top bracket, so which we are, because it's based on park level, it automatically starts off harder than what a typical tournament would be. It really surprises a lot of people generally. But you need to typically start off with what you would normally bring to Hunter. You need to start off with in Hatchling, and typically when you do that, you get like garbage points automatically down in Hatchlings. It's like they don't change the trophy calculations for the different leagues, so it obviously sees like you're bringing something that's way too strong for Hatchling, but yet you need to in order to survive Hatchling and get out of it, and get towards, once you get to Dominator, typically they stay around the normal ferocity range you need to for that. So let's see what kind of matchup we get here. But this group here, this 3, is 748 average ferocity for the team. And let's see what we get paired up against. So boy, here we go. So 1905. Let's not get the most important part. I'll have to get that on the video. But we've got a surface, which is good. But we've got some really crazy. This is way higher than what it was in my test one. Get out of here. So yeah, it's way higher than what my test battle was. My test battles might have gotten lucky. And this one is clearly not getting lucky. All right. So, the question is he gonna swap out? And we gotta hope and pray that that's what he's gonna do here. If he swaps out and he attacks for 1. Hopefully he swaps to the left Stega. He does not. He's not even gonna attack. Let's see. Let's do some guessing here. Ugh, he didn't even attack. Brutal. Let's see. There he goes. Okay, now we're done. Okay. Well, so much for this, but his team, I'm gonna get the accurate read on that health or attack. So that team that we're facing there is 2,850 ferocity. In my test battle that I did, the team that I got offered was 1,771 ferocity. So this was quite a bit larger than what the test run that I did. So not that it necessarily did anything different. We just got a much tougher matchup. So we will increase a little bit. See if we can get to a better matchup. So I'm gonna still stick with this here, and I'm gonna go reefs. I'm just gonna go slightly stronger. I want to make sure that I keep a decent amount of health so I can survive some stuff. But gonna try to up the attack a little bit here. We're gonna go here. Let's see what this is gonna give us here. Alright, so let's see. This is 62 to 69. Yeah, see, that's not a whole lot stronger. So it's only 769 average ferocity for all 3 of those creatures. So let's go up. I'm gonna go to level 10 VIPs just yet. Might need to. Let's see, what's it gonna change stuff to? The problem is I got a big gap here between, say, this guy and this guy. This guy and this guy here. 11, 91, 35. Oh, go. Alright, so that team is 917 on the average ferocity. And again, I'm just adding up each individual creature's health, and then adding up each of their attack, multiplying their attack by 3.2, and then taking the total of all that and dividing it by 3 to get the average for the team, because that's how the computer or the AI looks at the team that it's given you. Let's see what this does as a matchup here. not too bad. This might be doable here. Record these. We do have a high health reef to contend with, but everything else looks okay. Yeah, so this is only a 67% disadvantage to us, where the battle before was at 281% disadvantage to us, which was very, very high. So my guess here is he's going to kill us, obviously. I am not going to attack the surface because I want him to move him around to waste action points. So I'm going to actually just block 1, reserve 2. My guess is he's going to bring in his cave, is my guess. Nope, okay, that's actually even better. If he didn't attack, it would have been a lot better if he would have attacked there. So he's got 1 on him. It's gonna take 3 to kill him, plus 1. I'm gonna block 1, hopefully. See, really needed to use that. The good news is he's gonna come in with his surface. He's gonna have to swap if he wants to do some damage. He will have 3 action points, which means he'll be able to get 2 alpha on us. Which is not going to be enough to kill us, which is good. Okay, and he doesn't, which is even better. So what we're going to do here is we're going to swap. So he's got 3 left. So we're just going to reserve. Oh, he's got 7. Okay, so he should kill us because he can definitely do enough to take us out. So we should do 5. Yeah, 5. Okay, so he's got 2 left. So let's do 2 to kill him. 2 for his block. And we're gonna need to do that. Okay. The reason why is I didn't want him to reserve the 2 and then come at it with some like 4 or 5 attack. If we would have not reserved, or if we would have reserved instead of blocked. It's going to take 2 to kill him, unfortunately. So I'm going to actually just block here. Because the likelihood of him doing 2 is very high, but if he would have been doing 3, he could kill us with 5. Hopefully he's going to go for it now, or at least something here. Ugh. Alright, well, he's probably blocking 3, 2 again, shoot, okay. Well, now he's got 8, might have, I don't think, is that enough to kill us? If he has 4, God, it might be. Okay, thank God, 3 is not. He's only got 1 left, which means we can take him out now. Ugh. Stressful. Okay. Alright, let's see how many trophies this nets us. Probably not a lot. Maybe, we'll see. Typically in Hatchling, you're getting 20 trophies. Yeah, 20 trophies. There we go. And now into Prey, which we typically skip over because typically you're getting, 40, 38 trophies in a run. So let's see what we get here. Food. And I'm going to be recording a lot of this stuff, so you're going to hear a bunch of clicking in the background, so I apologize. Alright. So that was 917 for our totals. Let's now we are in Prey, rank 62. Let's see what we can bring to this battle. Speed up this guy. We're gonna go reef again in the middle, and the reason why I'm doing the lineup that I'm doing a cave first because I want the AI to bring something that I'm gonna have a class disadvantage to, which is gonna be a surface. which is why I'm putting a reef second, in hopes that that's what the AI is going to do. It's not a guarantee, but typically it kind of helps to force the AI into doing something to that effect. And we're just going to kind of go up the reefs here to see what we're going to get here. So this is going to be 385. So this is 1059 average ferocity for my team. And let's see what we get paired up against. Again, this is prey rank 62. Okay, so this isn't too bad. It's not all that great, but we do get a surface off the bat, which is nice. Do have a fairly strong, two fairly strong reefs that we have to contend with. So this battle right here is a 86% disadvantage to us. And we're going to try to use that surface to our advantage on his team, so that we can attempt to make the computer waste some action points. So we can two-shot it, which is not what we're going to do. We're going to block one, see if we get him to swap out. If he swaps to the second, that would be the best. If he swaps to the third, it's not the end of the world either. We're going to swap it all. Okay. So, apparently he does not want to swap. We'll do this one more time. Again, building up action points. See if we can get him to swap out here. No. Okay. Alright, so he's got one left. So we're going to go ahead and do just two, just in case he's not blocking. When he is blocking, it's okay. Let's see what he decides to do here. Sometimes they'll swap once they get hit. This one's not. So he's got one left again. So we're gonna go ahead and reserve two. We're gonna start building up some reserve points here. If he's not gonna swap out, we're gonna have to use him as a reserve pool. Hopefully he's in the 3 attack, 1 block pattern, if you will. It appears to be what he's in. Let's see if he sticks with that or not. Okay. And the good thing is we can take one shot, no problem, from each of the following aquatic creatures after the Honiosaurus. And so it won't be too bad, and we still have one more creature we can swap in to burn for additional action points. So, alright. So he's probably blocking one, so we're going to do 2. We're going to block 3, reserve 3. Oh, and of course he does not block this time. Awesome. Good news is this is the weakest one out of the 2, so we can take 2. Well, I don't want to take 2, but we can take 2. And we're taking 2. Okay, so now we can't take any hits from the last creature, but that's okay. So I'm going to take 2 to kill this one. We'll block 4 and reserve 1. No, if it's a Chronosaurus, yeah. So now if this guy does anything, we've got him, and if not, we'll swap out and then let him kill our surface creature. There we go. a little bit longer than it needed to be, but when we feeling out some of these battles here, so the question is, we're gonna get 20 trophies, we're gonna get some other amount. Trophies, yeah. Typical bracketed tournament. Doesn't matter how undermatched or overmatched you are, you only get the 20 trophies because you're bringing something that is way stronger than what you would typically bring to that level of rank or league. And because of that, it says you don't need to get as many trophies. And the reality is you should be getting more trophies. All right, so Survivor rank at 95. All right, so let's see, what can we bring? Free this guy up. Free this guy up. And then let's see what kind of reefs we got here. We'll keep this and see how much ferocity we've got and what we can do here with our reefs. So 1296, 45, it should be about the same it is. So let's go a little bit stronger than the Hedestus. Stega. It's gonna be 1190. Yeah, we'll try this. This might be a little weak. And obviously we'll find out as soon as we get into this battle here, but I'm gonna attempt this to see what we can get here. Okay, this isn't bad. Oh gosh, actually no, this is real bad. And look at the second creature. Yeah, this is bad. Alright, so let's see what we got. We got 2, 4, 69, health, 514 attack, 1896, 45. Alright, so we got 166% disadvantage here. So let's see what we get here. And we're not gonna attack the Phosphoderma because we need him to swap in the is it a Seduces? What was that? I don't know what that creature was, but it was tough. It was very tough, and we're gonna have to reserve all 3 here. Hope he doesn't attack if he does swap in, or if he doesn't swap at all. There's the class advantage swap. Oh, plus the Asuchus. Oh, he does attack. Fantastic. Okay, so yeah, that's not gonna work. We're gonna kill him, but we're gonna get killed right next year. He's gonna have 3, which is enough. All right, so that's gonna be a loss. All right, Take that, Phosphoderma. Take that and like it. What we can bring here on our next battle. You're gonna see me trial error, like I said. No, I don't need to do this, right? I could just go straight for crazy attacks. I have the lineup to be able just to power through it, but I also like to try to find the sweet spot. I like to find the sweet spot of where's the limits, what's the edges, how can I dance on that edge. It's fun for me, I guess I would say. So our next reef, 1685, 431. All right, so it's only an extra 20 25 ferocity. If I go with this guy over our last one, so I'm going to do the Hophiasaurus, which again is not a terribly amount stronger, but it is enough. So that gives our team an average ferocity of 1293. So almost 100 points above what our last team was that we brought. Let's see what we get paired up against here. Ugh. Got some problems, but not terribly, because this is only 88% disadvantage to us, which is kind of typical for playing it this way. The problem is we got that Orthocanthus up front, so we might need to do a kind of a double swap here to build up some reserve. Alright, so let's do this. I'm gonna block 2. Not attack. Okay, if it doesn't attack, we got no choice but to reserve here, because that's good. So he's gonna have 1 more than us, so he should go for all 4. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. There we go. Okay, the question is how many is it gonna take to kill him? 4? 4 or 5? 5. Okay, and we got 134 attack. So I'm gonna do that. The Hophiasaurus is a good-looking creature at level 40. Very cool looking. All right, so what are you gonna do? Left to do anything. Alright, and at this point we're just going to reserve 4, or block for 4 and reserve 1 until he decides to make a move here. I'm doing this because he's got such a weak attack. Alright, so he's going to have 8. So, are you gonna blink? He's not. He is afraid. Alright, so we're gonna do this one more time. Hopefully we can get him to blink a little bit here, meaning I need him to make a move. Okay, so we're gonna do a little 3 action here. Of course, now he's probably going to go for it. Okay, does not, which is good. So we're going to keep doing this so we can build up some points. Okay. Because the issue is we can't really go around this block, because if we do, he's going to try to entice him to attack us by trying to attack him, see if we can break the cycle here. Clearly he's not buying that. Oh, so I went for 5, that's good. Maybe he'll do something different this time since he's got 7. Or not. If he's got 7, that means he's blocking 3. Reserving 4, probably. But we're gonna try this and see. Yeah, there we go. See if we can get him to do something different again here. It's gonna take a while. Okay, so let's do 4 block again. Okay, we're gonna try to do a 2 attack. See if that draws him out of his rhythm. Apparently not. And can't get too far out in front because if we do, we're not going to have enough to defend ourselves against the Heniosaurus when he comes in. He's going to have about the same. Let's see. Let's see if he goes for all 8. Okay, apparently not. So let's do this again. Probably could have just reserved 4. Probably wouldn't have done anything. Other than that, of course, that would have been the time that he actually decides to go for 8. So clearly we're gonna have to try to go for 5 with the 3 block to get him to break this rhythm. Dance on the edge here. Let's see if I can speed this up a little bit. And sometimes the computer will get in this kind of loop because it knows it can't kill you with the amount of blocking that you have available to you. And so it's afraid to do any moves. So what we'll do on this next one is we will do a 5 attack with a 3 block. Do 1 damage to him. We'll see if he decides to do anything here. Does not. So he's definitely in scared mode. So I'm gonna try to cheat the system here by doing a lot more reserve than I should, since he is afraid to move. Clearly this is an AI, because if this was a real person, they would have stopped this pattern by now. Alright, so this next one's gonna kill him. And the question is, when the next guy comes in, I'm hoping that 5 of his attacks is not gonna be enough to kill us. But I do hope he goes for all 8. attacks will not be enough to kill us. Okay, goes for 4, which is good. But he's still got 4 more left. Excellent. Okay, so now he is back at 0. I'd like him to have attacked a little bit there. Alright, so now he's got 7. There we go. That was a long battle. That was a long battle. But one that we won and probably gonna get 20 trophies for. That's right, we got to see the Hophiasaurus for a while, which is a beautiful little creature. At 20 trophies. And it is one thing that is nice about it is late in the first day of this tournament, that if you start early, common killer's practice, nice. That once you get through, I think it's once you get to, is it Hunter or Upper Survivor, you start getting real amounts of trophies. So let's see what we get here on this next one here. Typically, it looks like once you get mid Survivor, so this might be enough. You start getting actual trophy counts. Alright, so rank 67. Let's see. Because that took so long, probably have a few of these guys that are off cooldown now. Alright, so let's see. Reefs. So we're not going too far up the chain, but it is probably enough. Let's see what we get here. And since that last one was not a terrible overmatch, so this team here is 1,344 average ferocity. And let's see what we get paired up against here. So the last battle was an 88% disadvantage. Oh gosh, we have all reefs. Make this a little bit tougher. It's a 71% disadvantage, but it's going to be a little bit tougher since we've got all reefs. We're going to need at least 3 to kill that first one, which has got the most attack on it. So I am probably going to actually take him out with our first 3. Immunosaurus. So 1, 2, 3, just shy of taking out with 2. I'm doing that because his attack is way higher than the other 2, and so that makes this a little bit more manageable with him out of the way. Make it even more manageable if this guy decides to attack. He does decide attack 1, which is nice. Because this is going to be another 3 attack and then 2 attack on the last guy. So I'm going to do 2 block. Hopefully he decides to do something here. If not, we will swap out and sacrifice. Okay, so this is 2. He's got 2 more. More than likely he is. Hopefully he is. Okay, so he's gonna have 1 left because he should go for 5 here. There we go. So we will do 4 to guarantee that we take him out. guarantee. We'll do 3 and then 1 reserve. Okay, excellent. He's gonna have 5. Hopefully he goes for it. And if he does at least 2, that would be fantastic. Of course, doesn't do anything. Of course. All right, so he's probably not blocking 4, so we're gonna go for it. There we go. Excellent. Because even if he was blocking 3, we'd still take him out. Typically, they're not going to block 4 because that doesn't allow them to advance their reserve points at any way. What do we get? What do we get for trophies? 20. Okay, well, we're not quite out of trophy or 20 trophy territory yet. Food. All right, so rank 39. Like I said, because of the slow trophy counts at the bottom of these leagues, we're going to be slowly crawling our way out of these. Okay, so we are in VIP level 20 territory for our reefs here, so we are gonna have to start going strong. So this guy, we have got so the team previously was 1,344 average ferocity. The jump here, we've just added 350 average ferocity, so now up to 1,675. So potentially the battle is going to get easier. Potentially, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. It does appear to be a bit easier, or at least the same level. So this is 67% disadvantage to us, which is not too bad. Again, 3 reefs, which is fine. And obviously I would prefer some surfaces in there, but we do not have any caves, which is what would be a detriment to us. This first guy again, I'm gonna take him out because he has got more attack than the guy behind him. Though it's gonna take 3 to do it. And if he swaps in the notice, we might swap our guy out as well. It does not. Okay, that's good. Alright, so I'm gonna do a little 2 block, 1 reserve here. See, this is playing out similar to the last round. Except for we got the weaker creature in the 2nd position. Okay, so he's not attacking this time. Go 3, 4, 1. So now he's got 6. Let's see if he makes a move. He does, okay, so he's got 1 left. So I'm going to do just 2 and 3 reserve, because in case he was not blocking and reserving, I didn't want to put ourselves in a really bad situation. So he's going to go for 4, it would have been awesome. There he goes for 2. Yep, there we go. So is he going to go for 6? Is he going to go for 5? Is he going to go for 4? 5, okay. So again, he's got 1 left. That's what we're going to do. 2. Okay. Whew. If he would not have been using that, blocking that one, it would have made real dicey, because I believe he would have, the Hedestus would have been able to take us out with 2 shots. Let's see if he goes for it here. If he does, then we will take him out with 3, as long as he does at least 3 to us. And he does not, of course, so we're going to swap. Hopefully he's going to go for 2 block, 3 block, even better. Okay, so he's got 5, so he should go for 4, and then we will come in and take him out. Only goes for 3, but that's still okay, because he's only got 2 left. We're going to have 7, so we'll be able to do 5 over whatever he's blocking. So a minimum of 5, maximum of 7 coming here. And there we go. There we go. Alright, what do we got here for trophies? 40. Boom. There's the cutover. So somewhere between 67 and rank 39 in Survivor. You go from getting 20 trophies to 40 trophies. Excellent. So now from here on out, they should be basically 40 trophies, unless we get to some really high ferocity teams that we bring, and we far exceed the cap, but this should be 40 trophies from here on out. All right, so let's see, what do we have? I'm gonna do another VIP. Come on, why is my screen not working? There we go. Reefs, direction, do another Oromalosaurus. So I'll do the same team. 93, we'll find out when we get to the next thing. Let's hunt or something, and then let's see what we bring here for a matchup here. See how much tougher this is or is not going to be. There's another surface. That's what I like to see. Edestus. The second spot mocking us is a creature that is not unlocked yet, or has not had an unlock available for it yet. Alright, so this is a 93% disadvantage to us, so it is definitely tougher. Not a ton tougher, but definitely tougher. You can definitely have an advantage by having the Plotosaurus in there with a surface, but the Edestus is going to counteract that as well. Luckily, he doesn't have a huge attack pool. He doesn't have a lot of health either. So I'm going to hope that this guy swaps out, and I'm not even going to block. There we go. Oh, not to what I thought he was going to swap out to. Okay, well, he's got 1 left. Take 3, 1, we're going to have to block 2. Okay, perfect. Glad he used that. Okay, this got a lot easier just now, because now we've got actually less attack on the Edestus than that Monosaurus. If he goes for it, it'd be fantastic. Just thinking about it, just thinking about it, just thinking about it. Yeah, that is not gonna think. Alright, so we're gonna swap. Hopefully he has got at least 5, right? Perfect. Hopefully he actually takes us out, because he can take us out with 5. And hopefully he does all 5. Excellent. So 3 to kill him. And we'll go with 1 block and 3 reserve. Excellent, excellent. Should be another 40 trophies. since we're bringing the same strength as the team previously at a lower league and rank, and we got 40 trophies. This should also be worth 40 trophies. Good night, Platosaurus. There's 40 trophies. This is right to rank 60. What will we get on the wheel? More food! Yay! Alright. 60. Maybe another VIP. Come on. Notice. Oh, if I type in the attack right, so this is still 1,675 average ferocity because the VIPs are the same, essentially the same ferocity for all intents and purposes. Let's see if we get a similar matchup or a much crazier, harder matchup, because we've now done the same average ferocity for the last 3 battles. This should not be too bad. So it is tougher. So it went up about 15% toughness, if you will. But the way that this is set up is good because we've got the weakest creature in the middle. So when we take out this first one, which is the strongest creature, it'll bring in his weakest creature. And then we'll be able to do some reserving and saving up before we get to the next strongest creature at the bottom. So this will be a 3 shots. Take him out. Let's see if he decides to attack or if he's gonna do something else here. And he does decide to attack, which is good. So 2. Do 2 block, 1 reserve. If he doesn't do anything here, then we're going to swap out and reserve out. Excellent, so he does decide to go for it there, which is good. So he's got 1 more. I'm going to go 3, 2. Perfect, he used 1, even better. Oh, even better, goes for 4. Okay, so we can do 2 here to kill him. Do 3 block, 1 reserve. I know it's gonna kill us in 2, so typically they will go for it. Let's see if he does. There's at least 2, I'd be golden. There we go. Alrighty. And the question really is, how fast is this tournament going to be moving? Aquatic tournaments typically move very slowly. But from what I've been seeing on the forums, there was quite a bit of movement already on this tournament, or at least the starting point was decently high. And so we'll have to see what we get for a pace of this tournament. All right, so we are in Hunter rank 27 now. We have used up our level 20 VIPs on the reef side. So that means we're gonna have to switch to tournament creatures before we get to our level 30 VIPs. Oh, nope, we got a hybrid here. Very high attack hybrid. So that's only, what is that? 36? Yeah, 36 more ferocity compared to our last team, so it's 1,711. Probably not keeping pace with what the ferocity uptick should be doing for these rankings, but we'll see. Oh yes, all surfaces. That is nice. 6, 4. Alright, so this is still 107% disadvantage to us, which is exactly the same as the last one, but technically it is quite a bit less than that since that's all surfaces and our strong creature is going to be on the reef side. So we should be able to two-shot most of these guys, if not all of them. Alright, so we're going to do, again, take out the strongest, which is, or the most ferocious one, I should say. I'm not even going to block the Mosasaurus that's going to come in, because his attack's going to be so low. Don't think he's going to swap, but his last creature is actually going to still have 450-ish or 440-something-ish attack. So we got to be a little careful. So I'm going to do 2 attack in case he's blocking the 1, and I'm going to block 2 here. There we go. Let's see if the Tylosaurus here is going to attack or not. Technically doesn't matter, because this next round we're going to have 4. He's only got 3 now, so I'm going to take a 1-shot to kill him, so we are golden. It's so much easier when there's class advantage involved. Here we go. This should still be 40 trophies. Let's double check this. 40 trophies. Here we go. Up into Predator. 98. What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? Anything good? Oh, more food. Gotta really use that DNA, that's for darn sure. Let's might cut out of here real quick. Saw this staring at me in the background. Might need this guy later. This should be free speed. Cool. Oh, excellent. All the way. Gotta love it when it's only 2. Alright. Let's get fed up for 20. Get this guy in there to merge. And then let's get back. Well, let's check trader real quick just to see if we got anything new. We do. Don't need it. Don't need it. Nope. Back in. Nope, not PvP. What are you talking about here? All right, 90. Let's do this. Let's see. So I believe we're gonna have a significant jump in our ferocity for our team here. This is gonna be a big jump. 2930. Yeah, so that's a, oh, what is that? That is a 600 ferocity gap from our last team. So this team is 2,375.
Our last team was 1,711, so let's see what kind of matchup we get here. We had 107% disadvantage on the last battle. Again, we did jump up into Predator, so there was probably a threshold that we crossed over. And we definitely did, because this is going to be stronger creatures, but not too much stronger. Yeah, so we've got a 70% disadvantage here. So definitely easier than the last battle. And we've got, we're going to take out the Reef with a double shot. And then we've got the actual tournament creature coming up after that. Level 30. But it's going to have disadvantage to us, so he's probably going to swap out. And the last guy is going to have not that great attack either. So we should be good regardless of what he does here. You're going to swap, or you're going to hang out? You're going to hang out. Okay, he's going to attack. Okay, well, that makes it a little easy for us. 1, 2, 1, because can't really do much to us. So we're gonna have 416 attack, 3 points, so we can do 2. And the next one we're gonna have 5, enough to kill him. So it doesn't matter what he does. We've got this one. At least he's going out swinging. Going out swinging. It should be 40 trophies again. I couldn't imagine that it would be less than 40, but let's find out. And there it is, 40 trophies. Only at rank 81. That's only a 17-point jump. 100 DNA. La-di-da-di-da. Rank 81. And bad news about starting to go faster is that these guys are going to come off cooldown fast enough. Let's see, now we've got an even bigger jump here, all the way up to rank 30 VIP. But then we've got rank 30 VIPs for 4 battles. So we might have to jump off of 24 for this. That's not a huge amount of increase over what we were just at. So it's only a 70, shy of 70 ferocity increase. What kind of battle? Ooh, 506, 619, we got some caves to deal with, unfortunately. A very high cave, not Plesiosuchus, unfortunately. So while this is a lower ranking from a ferocity standpoint, it's going to actually be a tougher battle. Not terribly tough because we can 2-shot with the Edestus. We do have to be careful about how much attack we take from this next guy. It's going to take 4 to kill him. I'm going to take 5. Of course he does not go for it. I was really hoping he was going to block at least one there. And there he goes. Okay, now it's time to sacrifice. Should go for all 4. Here we go. Alright. How many is it gonna take? 4. Okay. We can take a couple of hits from the Heniosaurus because it's only gonna have 304 attack. So we can take 2. It'd be really great if he did 2. So we just need 2 shots on him. Okay. So the likelihood that he's blocking all 4 is very low. Very low. So let's go ahead and go for it. There we go. That should be another 40 trophies. There they are. Up to 63. More DNA. Alright, so we are in Predator rank 63. Let's get this party started. Notice. So effectively the same exact ferocity as the last battle. Last battle we had a 58% disadvantage. Oh man, the caves. This is the disadvantage of doing a run like this. This is the 90% disadvantage without the class disadvantage. And that Bangomimus is going to be trouble. So you take 4, I think, to kill this guy still. 3. It's 4.2. It's 2. Yeah. Really need to go for 2 here. Okay. Alright, well at least he blocked 1, so that's good. Really need to go for 4-ish. Two. That's not what I wanted to see either. Do some chance taking here. So he's gonna go for 5. He's got 1 left. Alright, let's see here. So 4. And gonna need to. I knew it. I knew it. Shoot. He's gonna be able to 2-shot us. Unless he takes mercy on us. Nope. I hesitated. I was gonna do 4 block. I should have done 4 block. That's tough. That is tough. Alright, so we're gonna mix this up a little bit, and we're gonna swap over from surface to cave, which means that, what do I need? I need a surface first. cave, and then a reef. I'm gonna do a acanthus, I believe. Yeah, let's see here. What do we got? 2, 3, 4, 3, 7, 2, 52, 60, 41. So this is just slightly higher ferocity. Let's see what we get here. And I'm switching over because A, I want to do something different, and B, just to see if we get a slightly different matchup here. And of course, now we're going to get all surfaces. And the reason why I was doing reefs before is the game seems to be surface heavy. And it is proving that right now. So this is also going to be very unlikely of a win, but it doesn't mean we can't try. I might just start bringing 3 equal weight creatures here. If this continues, I should reserve 3 here. This is actually the weakest creature out of the bunch. This guy does. Yeah, and that is all she wrote, folks. I don't think we can actually reserve up enough to do what we need to do, but we'll see if we get into the good old 3-1 boss rhythm here. There's that. And now that he can kill us with 1, let's see if that's what he does here. Yep, he is gonna reserve way more than he needs. There's the 6. He's gonna go for all 6. Yeah, okay. Alright, so I might be abandoning this this particular type of approach. Now that we are in this area of the tournament, I don't like losing over and over again, especially on aquatics, because my bench, while it is deep, is not as deep as Jurassic, to where I can just throw battles away left and right. And I do need to end this video at some point. And I'd like to end it after getting to Dominator. So let's see, 3 level 20 VIPs. I don't have any reefs now, unfortunately, but I do have that guy. So let's do Henosaurus, Orthocanthus, and then Chronosaurus here. And we've got 2442, 614, 2442, 614, and 843, 790. Alright, so this team is an average ferocity of a 4,083. And typically, and I guess I should have thought this earlier, typically on regular Jurassic tournaments, or regular non-bracket tournaments, I'm trying to maximize trophies for each battle. However, typically on bracket tournaments, you're getting 40 trophies almost no matter what. So let's see what we get here from a difficulty rating, and I'm guessing we're still going to get 40 trophies, regardless of how difficult this matchup is or is not. I'm trying to get all of these written down here. I should say are keyed in. 54, 6, 36. Alright, so 21% disadvantage to us, so just a tiny bit stronger than the last one. We got the team that we're facing is 4,952 ferocity. The last two teams that we faced were both 4,267 and 4,660, so not too much more difficult than what we're already facing here. So I'm gonna bring this guy in because I'm gonna let him kill him off. This guy out. Let's see what this guy's gonna do here. There we go. We'll do 2 here. 36 is only 300. We can survive 3 attack. And build up as much reserve as we can, because it's going to take 3 to kill him. Excellent. Alright, much more successful, and my guess is we're still going to get 40 trophies, even though we brought a team that's got over 1,500 more average ferocity, so 4,083 for the team versus 2,457 for the last. Yeah, 40 trophies still. Alright, so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing 3 level 20 VIPs, mixing it up between what we have available for those. Do our DNA, take that. Alright, Predator rank 45. Let's get in there. Down on there. He needs Saurus, Giant Orthicum, and I'm gonna do this guy just because. Alright, so we got to 604 and 1605. Alright, so this is slightly lower than the last battle, 3,981, so about 100 ferocity less. But we should still get a decent matchup here. Yeah, so this is not too bad. Yeah, so almost exact ferocity as the last team that we faced. In fact, the last team was 4,952. This is 4,975, so just a little bit stronger, but not much. There's the swamp. No attack, even better. swap this guy over and let him get foddered off now. He's probably gonna swap again. Might not, we'll see. Yeah, there's the swap for the, okay, perfect. Hopefully he goes for all 5, if he is gonna go. Or, okay, so we got 1 left. So, how many is it gonna take here? He's probably gonna swap again, so we have advantage. Dacoderma. This is gonna be a long video, I apologize. Alright, now I'm just going to reserve out let's take out this guy. Now it doesn't matter what he does. We will take him out on our next turn. Dacoderma with the club tail. Club dorsal fin, I guess I should say. I think that's what fin is. Dorsal fin, fin in the back. 40 trophies. 40 trophies. Can't get more than 40 trophies, so. Yeah, so you got 400 trophies already and not in Dominator yet. Typically, we would already be in Dominator. This is going to be an interesting tournament. Alright, Predator rank 27. What are you gonna give us as a prize? Mystery pack, it's not too bad. You usually get a chance for bucks in these. There we go. And the common creature. Don't leave that, but take the rest of it. Back to level 20 VIPs, go with the Platosaurus. Toothless. And I'm not gonna have any reefs nearby, except for this guy. And this might be a mistake, going that low. But if anything, I'm gonna use him as a fodder creature. And again, the last battle was 3,981 ferocity, and this one is 3,825 ferocity. So again, about 160 point drop in our team's ferocity. Let's see how much tougher of a team we get on the other side. Some heavy hitters. Some heavy hitters. Alright, so I'm gonna have to do this. Alright, now he can take us out, which is okay. But if I would have swapped into my cave, he would have swapped to his Tylosaurus and one hit us. and taken us out. So I couldn't do that. And what even else did take us out? We're really close. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take him out. And then he's going to take us out. And then I'm not going to take him out, and hopefully he will swap. Since we will have a definite health advantage, I'm hoping that will give us a chance to build up some action points. So do one block. Hopefully he does not swap. He just decided to attack. Okay. Again, gonna have to attempt to build up some action points here. Excellent, he blocked, that's perfect. I'm surprised he's not swapping. Maybe he will this time. Nope. 2, okay, so he's probably going for 6. Let's see if that's the case here. No, he's going for 5. Be great if he goes for all 5. 4. Okay, so he's got 1 left. So that will kill him. I'm going to block all 4 just in case he's not. There we go. Okay, so hopefully he goes for 5 here. Need him to go for 5 here. Yes, perfect. Okay, there we go. Let's see if this 40 trophies is just going to take us to the upper levels of Predator. That's my guess anyways. Yep, 9. That's... Alright, so the next one should take us into Dominator. More food, yay, more food. Alright, rank 9, Predator rank 9, what do you got for us? Let's see, so we've got Plotosaurus, we've got Gallicus, because we're out of VIPs, and I don't think I have any other reefs down here. I have to go way down. He's got enough health. And we are kind of offsetting with the Gallicus. Not offsetting by much. 3,734. Average ferocity. Let's try and see what happens here. Predator rank 9. Alright. This is actually easier than our last battle, so that's good news. I'm gonna actually swap over to this guy here. Should swap over to his cave. There we go. Attack, nope, that's okay. I'm just gonna reserve out here. maybe build up some points depending on how gun shy the AI decides to be on this game, this round. Alright, gun shy enough to let us build up to 4. There we go. So it thinks we have 5. He's only got 5. Is he gonna go for it? Yeah, he does, because he's got 1 left. So the good news is we've got his reef coming in next. So 4, 3, 4, 3, 1. Go. So he's gonna swap. At least he should swap. That's okay. Fantastic. He swaps and attacks. Of course he doesn't. Of course he doesn't attack. But because he's got such low health, I'm gonna actually reserve out here. Because I need the Gillicus alive more than I need the Plotosaurus alive. Based on the Archelon. Okay, there we go. So not enough to kill him, but enough to wound him enough. And he'd go for it all now. Yes, he does. He's got nothing left to hopefully enough to kill him. Yeah. We'll reserve 2. Alright. Regardless of what he does, we have enough to take him out. And hopefully this will get us into Dominator. This is a very long video. Alright, let's do this. Show me that Dominator. There it is, just barely. 476, bottom of Dominator already. That is high. I don't know what it started at earlier today, but I can definitely tell you that that is a high score. Alright, one battle in Dominator just for fun. And I'm not gonna mess around. Well, I'm not gonna mess around. Let's do a Plotosaurus. And a reef. So this is 5,360 average ferocity for our team here. Highest one yet by far. The question is, are we still gonna get 40 trophies? Or are we gonna get something less? Alright, so facing a team with 5,801 average ferocity. So just a smidge weaker than us, or stronger than us. We're an 8% disadvantage. Should swap over, there he goes. And he does attack, which is okay. Means we will swap over and take him out. And I believe the Gillicus will take us out. Nope, he won't have enough. Question is he gonna go for it? If he was level 40, he would have had enough. He does go for it though. Alright, so he needs 1 to kill us. So the question is, will doing 1 damage help us? Actually, I'm gonna swap over here. Let's see if I can get some reserve built up here. This one's for 1, that's okay. So he's got 2 left. So I'm gonna assume he's blocking just 1. He's blocking 2, okay. So now he should go for it and kill us. Take 2 to kill him. We can survive a 2-shot by giant orthocone. Cannot survive 3, but we can survive 2. See if he goes for it. He does, perfect. Say I would bring in the notice if he didn't as fodder, but not gonna need to. Here we go. This should still be 40 trophies, but let's find out if that's the case. Oh, nope, 38, okay. So somewhere around the 5,000 mark is probably where it cuts off from a ferocity standpoint. DNA, okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the very long run from Hatchling to Dominator in the latest tournament for the Edestus, which is a bracketed aquatic tournament. Good luck, everybody. You are gonna have a long slog ahead of you depending on how you approach it. Hopefully your bench is deep enough to keep up with whatever this tournament decides to do. I will be doing more battles tonight just to get ahead of the curve a little bit. But it's definitely looking like it's going to be a long, hard tournament. And let's see, what is the... Let me actually check something real quick just to see if I can get a gauge, small gauge. Rank 100, 476. Oh yeah, this is ahead of every other tournament that I have a record of. So either it's gonna be a really fast-moving tournament, or they just decided to start it off real hard and it's gonna be real flat. But we'll know over the next I don't know, 10 to 12 hours or so to see if this is going to uptick like the tournaments normally do, or if this is going to be just as steady as she goes. But we are definitely way above what we typically would see for at this time frame of the tournament for number of trophies at the bottom of Dominator. So, but I will have predictions out in about 24 hours or so. So about 2/3 of the tournament through it, and we'll have kind of a better idea of how this is going to be acting. So we shall see. Good luck to everybody, and stay safe out there.
If you made it this far, I appreciate you watching all the way to the end. Subscribing to my channel and clicking the notification bell will ensure that you'll be notified as I release videos on the channel. If you found this video helpful, let me know by hitting the like button. If there is something specific you would like a video on in the game, please leave a message in the comment section below on what you would like to see. Again, thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you on the next one.